Today, we're looking at more of the longest esports matches of all time. A game that lasted so long, the server literally couldn't handle it. A series that had the players and casters begging for it to be over. A game that lasted 1,287 turns and ended with a toxic player getting what he had coming. This is Longest Esports 2, Electric Boogaloo. Let's kick things off with VALORANT. We actually have two games tied for the most rounds played in a single map, and they were both on split. Given the tie, we'll go with the earlier one. So, honorable mention to Fnatic vs M3 champions during EMEA Challengers in 2022. Today's match is between Gen.G and TSM during Stage 3 of the 2021 VCT season. Gen.G wins Map 1, and we find ourselves on TSM's map pick of Split for Game 2. Starting off on defense, Gen.G finishes up the half 9-3. Fortunately for TSM, 9-3 is the most dangerous lead in VALORANT, and despite Gen.G winning the pistol round on offense, Split is incredibly defender-sided, especially with a Cypher holding down B site. Down 10-3, TSM take it round by round, picking away at Gen.G's lead with the help of Wardell going absolutely beast mode with the AWP. Soon, the game was 12-10, and after two more nail-biting rounds, TSM hold on to force overtime. Here's where things go sideways. TSM decided to subscribe to Akshon Esports and went on to lose. Wait, that's not right. Here's what actually happened. 12-12 becomes 13-13, then 14-14, and eventually 20-20. At which point a technical pause is called because VALORANT was literally not built to handle games going so long.
At this point, we're gonna have to take a tech pause for a quick moment. So we get a little bit of a break. 20 because we need to get the game going. Just pay attention right now. 20-20, as if overtime was happening, and we're gonna play it out from here.
In the early days of VALORANT, lobbies were set to shut down and reset after 90 minutes. With the game reaching just past the 80-minute mark after round 40, the two teams had to quit out and resume the match in a new lobby. So while the scoreboard says TSM is up 1-0, it's actually 20-20. Once the game resumes, things flip around as the teams trade wins on attacker's side before TSM finally clutches out two straight to take the map 23-21. Evening up the series 1-1 and winning it on the next map. All in all, including the pause after round 40, the entire map took 44 rounds and a little over 100 minutes, making it the longest professional VALORANT match to date. I bet there were a lot of highlights in this match, but I don't have time to go through all that. If only there was some way to never miss another highlight. Look at that! This is Insights Capture, a game recording program that you can use to review gameplay, create clips, and share videos. Insights Capture automatically tracks your KDA, letting you know when on the timeline big plays happened. You can condense your hour of gameplay into a 1-minute highlight reel at the touch of a button, which you can then share to Discord, TikTok, and YouTube. No need to understand things like bitrate or set up scenes and sources, just hit install and you're good to go. Plus, it automatically boots up when you start your game, so don't worry about forgetting to turn it on. Head over to Insights GG to try Insights Capture today for free and see why it's the preferred recording software for millions of gamers around the world. For this next title, we're gonna cheat a bit.
Ah, man! These don't fucking die, dude! I hit them so many times, bro!
If you're familiar with Apex Legends, you'll know a normal game can only last so long due to the rings closing. So, for the purpose of this video, we'll actually be looking at an entire series of matches. The Apex Legends Global Series runs their finals under a match point format in which teams must first reach 50 points through high placements and kills to enter match point eligibility. Once they reach that threshold, they have to place first in one of the next few games in order to win the finals. The shortest finals this system has ever produced was 4 games, with the longest being 13 games. Coincidentally, both of these milestones happened in the same region back to back 2 years in a row. Okay, hold it right there. Unfortunately, while we were writing this video, the Esports World Cup Finals also reached 13 games, but they were using a different rule set than is used in the ALGS. The main difference being that the match point eligibility threshold was set to 60 points rather than 50. So, while under normal circumstances, Team Falcon's Game 6 win would have won them the event, it actually just got them to the threshold. It was Team Alliance who finally beat the group stage merchant allegations, who won Game 13 and earned EMEA's first LAN title for Apex Legends, in what was an amazing match point finals. Now, back to the rest of the video. To keep things simple, we'll talk about the more recent APAC North Split 2 regional finals that took place in 2024. Coming into the finals, Fnatic were the overwhelming favorites to win it all, coming first in the split and being dominant all season. However, they struggled in the first few rounds of the finals and found themselves with 16th and 15th place finishes in their first 3 games. Instead, the team Enter Force 36 were the ones who came out swinging with a 3rd and 1st place finish to start off the regional finals, and went on to become the first team to reach match point eligibility after round 4. In round 5, Fnatic got it together and joined them, but both teams failed to get much done in round 6, and 3 more teams passed the 50-point threshold. Just like that, there were 5 teams on match point, and all one of them had to do was come first. But it didn't happen. Game after game, different teams kept winning. By the end of round 9, half of the lobby's 20 teams were eligible to get the win, but no one could get it done. There were tons of close calls, such as in round 10, where 3 match point eligible teams were in the final 4, but Funny Local ended up taking them all down. Heading into the 13th round, 16 of the 20 teams in the lobby had reached match point eligibility, and after a nearly 8-hour-long marathon, Striders, who had passed the 50-point threshold after round 11, picked up the deciding win, officially securing the regional finals. Now, hopefully, for the sake of both the players and the casters, APAC North will have some average length regional finals moving forward. Rounding out our list today is a surprise entry for anyone familiar with this game's official competitive scene. If you've ever watched a game of Pokémon VGC, you'll know that official matches have a time limit of 20 minutes. But not all tournaments are official, and some organizers play by different rules. In this case, that organizer is Smogon. This match took place between ABR and Telly during a Smogon official ladder tournament. When the match was announced, the community was hyped, as both players were up-and-coming stars. While both had a reputation for talking trash, Telly was seen as the villain due to his history of toxicity. On October 6, 2016, the match started out normal enough, with both players trying to outplay each other and gain an early advantage. First blood took place on turn 29, when ABR called out that Telly was going to leave Registeel in and took him out with a super effective high jump kick. While it seemed like he was building momentum, little did we know that this would be the only feint we'd see for a long time. After Registeel fainted, the match reached a stalemate. ABR struggled to break through Telly's bulky team, but he himself was able to tank any move Telly threw out and was content letting Telly waste his PP. Eventually, on turn 306, ABR revealed his ace in the hole that was going to give him a chance to win the game despite the stalemate. His Skarmory knew the move Swords Dance, which increases Skarmory's attack. Suddenly, ABR's ticket to winning the match was clear, and Telly's only chance was to take out Skarmory with Zapdos. The issue? He didn't have enough PP. He'd been wasting it on other Pokémon throughout the game. The result was an even longer stalemate, as both players spent their turns switching out Pokémon to conserve PP. Finally, on turn 1185, ABR was able to freeze Telly's Zapdos with an Ice Punch, and Telly's chances of winning went down the drain. Still, ABR had to be careful, so he bided his time, half out of necessity and half toying with his food, before finally picking his moment. On turn 1261, 1232 turns since Registeel fainted, ABR's Skarmory took down Telly's Clefable, and on turn 1287, Telly finally forfeited. Clocking in at 6 hours and 50 minutes, this match would cause a rule change in Smogon events that would enforce a hard 1,000 turn limit to prevent this from happening ever again. Today, these two players are in very different places. Telly's toxicity caught up with him, and he's been banned, while ABR has become one of the most decorated players in Smogon history, with 4 individual tournament wins, as well as 4 team tournament titles to his name. But for many, the two will be forever remembered for their role in one of the most iconic matches in competitive Pokémon history. What were your favorite longest esports matches? Was there an event that we missed? Let us know in the comments below. My name's Jonah, thanks for watching. Shoutout and thanks to Cloud, Steph, B, Pass, Shampoo, and Yashichi for being patrons of the channel. If you enjoyed the video, leaving a like, subscribing, and hitting the bell to stay up to date is much appreciated. My name is Jonah, thanks for watching.